Welcome to April. We are now back into Mercury retrograde time. You're going to see many things still moving forward, but it's going to be a time that you're going to have to stop and slow down and pause. Let the natural rhythms play out. What's going to change as of March 20th and running all through April and lingering until May 14th is how to align with what you want to do. I encourage you to work with the flow. Avoid trying to make anything happen during this retrograde window. It can cause you frustration, and the outcomes are often shorter term and they're less grand than you may desire. This is going to be a time for you to really sit back and see what comes to you. Leave yourself time for that last minute magic, as I like to call it, by leaving yourself as unscheduled as possible. We're currently in the heat of eclipse season. The theme is continuing on the Aries Libra axis, and it began back in early 2023 and it's going to run until early 2025. Now, last month we had a lunar eclipse at 5 degrees of Libra on March 25th, and on April 8th of this month we're going to have a solar eclipse at 19 degrees Aries. This eclipse cycle is going to be vacillating between the energies of the me-we sectors of your life. The focus is going to be on your individual and your relationship empowerment as the highest expression of the potentials. Eclipses, they're linked to the ecliptic, just as the north and the south nodes are. The nodes of the moon, they're connected to your karma, for better or worse, and your dharma, your highest expression of this lifetime. Eclipses, they tend to bring these events or these opportunities that unlock your fate, and they rapidly escalate these big events that are tying you to your destiny. And then finally on April 20th, we're going to have the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. This is probably the biggest event of the year, combining expansion, change, and innovative solutions. Hi, I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and this is your April 2024 monthly astrology forecast. To get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. Now let's dive in. So for Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, I want to start off with Mercury retrograde. I have a separate video on this, but this sets the tone for the month of April. So I'm just going to skim over the theme of it is Mercury is going through your house of your daily habits, you taking care of you, alternative health and healing opportunities, finding a mentor, finding a guide, self-care, your relationship with your coworkers. As Mercury was moving forward, Mercury went and came in contact with Chiron, your wound. It identified areas of you were wounded. Now it's going to go back over those with a fresh set of eyes and say, what do I have to do to heal that? And so this month, with all of the things that are going to be going on, is an opportunity for you to restart, reconnect, respond, recalibrate, reschedule. All of these, in order to have better daily habits for yourself, for self-care as you move forward with next month. So next, on April 8th, we have a new moon solar eclipse at 19 degrees of Aries, also in your 6th house. This house is going to be highlighted for you and has been highlighted for you over the last year. It's the me-we. Self-care is so important. It is your mental, physical, spiritual, psychological, emotional health and well-being of where you have put yourself on the back burner for everybody else, and needing to release anybody who is a hidden enemy or self-sabotaging actions that you may have had. So new moon solar eclipse, it's focused on your sense of self. This means the issues concerning your independence, your courage, your individuality, to your daily habits of you taking care of yourself. It needs to be put on the front burner. It needs to be a daily focus, because you cannot take care of anybody else until you take care of yourself. And if that means getting a guide, a counselor, a mentor, going to yoga, walking the dog, whatever it is for you that means self-care, you need to make sure that you make it a priority. This is your time to open up new doors and bring in a new story with some faded endings. So putting to sleep some endings of health issues that you may have had. This new moon is a clean slate. It's a new beginning. It's a new opportunity for you to move forward. And new moons with eclipses are like a new moon on steroids. And so be assertive, take charge of your life. Reevaluate your relationship with yourself and your health and well-being. Make important changes in your life to say, no, I'm going to make sure that I get to take that 5 or 10 minute soak in a bathtub every night, or I'm going to make sure that I make it to the counselor, or I'm going to make sure that I make it to go meet up with friends. It's whatever self-care is for you. It's you looking for adventure, but you finding that inner happiness and being self-sufficient all at the same time. What is probably the most important or the biggest aspect of the month, this is the Jupiter Uranus conjunction at 21 degrees in the sign of Taurus. I absolutely love this for you. Now, Jupiter's been in your 7th house of, I call it the +1 house. It's you with other people, you with a best friend, a significant other, a marital partner, a business partner. Open enemies and exes are here, but this has been bringing in a lot of, it's had a lot of attention this last year. Jupiter is the great benefic. It brings these opportunities for growth and expansion for you. Uranus is the planet of progress and surprises. And so strong manifestation potentials are going to be between April 4th and May 8th. And the closer you get to April 20th is when it becomes exact. So give or take a couple of days on either side. Notice what happens. When the planet of expansion and extremism combines with the planet of shock and surprises, anything can happen. I mean, Uranus represents lightning and electricity, and so it's about things happening quick and fast. Taurus is an earth sign. It wants things to be stable, and it doesn't like to be upset. So during this cycle, this area of your life, there's major upsets. And so there can be a lot of technological advances that can occur, innovative solutions of how can we solve this problem. There could be a shift in the direction with finances or your financial opportunities of you with clients, you with a partner. All of these are opportunities that can happen at this time. Then on April 23rd, we have a full moon at 4 degrees of Scorpio. So the sun is still illuminating your partnership sector, you plus somebody else. The full moon is in your 1st house of self. Now, there will be something that ends. Full moons mean endings or closures or a chapter. Now, Scorpio can often be about secrets. And so this could be like revealing something that's been bothering you, an ending that has to do with a burden that you've been carrying. The 1st house has to do with your outlook and you being seen. And as a Scorpio, you like your secrets and you like your privacy. And so this can be a little tough because it can be something revealed about your identity or your general temperament or about your health or your strength or your personality. Having an ending is going to offer you this new beginning to move forward with. And so look at this as things that were in the dark that nobody knew about can now be revealed. And for you, it'll be about your 1st house of self and possibly letting others know what's really going on with you. All right, then on the very next day, we have Mercury going direct. When Mercury stations direct, I absolutely love this because now it's conjunct the North Node. So we start the month off with Mercury going retrograde, and now we are at the end of it where it can now move forward, conjunct the North Node of the direction in which I'm supposed to be going, my destiny, leaving behind my fears, leaving behind 12th house topics. It's opposing the South Node. The South Node is like hidden enemies, and the South Node is like self-sabotage. Paying attention to your dreams and intuition, your psychic ability. You saying, all right, I see where these wounds have come from because you went across your Chiron, and it's all forms of communication and knowing that I need to take better care of myself. And now it's coming up with a plan of saying, this is what I have to do. I have to see that counselor. I have to take that medication. I have to get that adjustment. I need to make time for this. Otherwise, my health will suffer if I don't pay attention to my mental and physical health and well-being. then I suffer, and I need to take care of me. So Mercury, direct, moving forward, getting rid of everything that no longer serves you and coming up with a plan that better helps you. All right, so Scorpio, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe.